What's up, guys? Bringing you some more Homefront spam because I know that's what you all love. And today we're going to be doing some sniping. And unfortunately, this is a little older game. It's a few days old because I actually cannot play the Homefront right now. We are on day 8 of its release, March 23rd. So day 8 of the release, and I still can't get online. Still can't play. Well, I can get online, but I can't play with the party. I have trouble staying in games. I often get kicked from games, and I often get the beacon error. So a lot of problems still with this matchmaking, and they still have not really addressed it. The servers are still running super slow. So as much as I love this game, in the same respect, it's been driving me nuts lately because it's so much fun to play, but I just can't play it. Not to mention that it sometimes freezes my Xbox. Yay! So I mean, I've been having problems with that as well, but I will forgive it if they fix it. I just kind of have a sour taste in my mouth from the Black Ops release, and we all know how poor the matchmaking was in that upon release. And hopefully they get on their get on get with the program and fix this because I want to play it. I want to play my expensive game. But yeah, today we are doing some sniping with the M200, and the M200 is the bolt action variant of the it is the intervention. I mean, it's made famous in Modern Warfare 2, and it is bolt action, and it has a thermal scope on it. So there's actually two snipers in the game, this one and the M100, which I'll pick up later, which are both Shy-Tech weapons, and one is semi-automatic, and the semi-automatic actually you would think would be kind of like, like the Barrett is in some games, or like the PSG-1, for instance, in Call of Duty Black Ops is a high damage semi-auto, but it is not the case. It is actually lower damage than this bolt action, which is kind of strange. But I mean, I understand why they did it, because if you had a one-shot sniper in this game that was semi-automatic, you would just really wouldn't be balanced at all. And this one right here is only a one shot, it seems, to like the head and maybe the upper chest. And when I say upper, I mean like collarbone. So it seems like that's the case with this. You definitely balanced in that respect. I know a lot of people complain about the snipers being overrated, but or overpowered, not overrated. They definitely are overrated in my eyes. So if you think that the snipers are too strong in this game, you should definitely try out the intervention, because you have to play this one so stationary. I'm playing pretty aggressive for this, like I'm moving around a lot, but the problem is that you have a hard time trying to because if you miss that first shot and you don't get them in the head, you're probably going to die or not get them whatsoever and just waste the bullet, because it takes about 1.5 seconds between shot and bolt reload so whenever you eject the cartridge and engage the new one, it's a pretty slow movement. So that's how it's limited in that respect. So you have to play semi-campy like this. I mean, there's just no way around it, and especially on some of these smaller maps, because this isn't really a small map, but it's not necessarily the world's best sniping map. I just knew the lines of sights pretty well on this map, so I decided to try it out. And you're gonna see I'm gonna get just owned by an assault rifle. See right there, and that's just, you're gonna be your biggest enemy are the assault rifles, because they are the best thing in this game. It's what you want to use. It's really easy to take out snipers in this game. So the snipers by no means are overpowered. And you see me there get a nice little quick scope type shot. You can quick scope in this game to a certain extent, especially if you're using the quick draw perk. The only problem is if you run around like an idiot trying to quick scope, you're going to pay the price, and probably in this game, in games with like a .2 KD, because you're going to get a lot of hit markers, and you're going to get a lot of deaths from people running around with assault rifles or submachine guns. So definitely not the world's easiest weapon to use. I'll talk a little bit about the M100 while we're on the subject, because I think I'm going to pick one up here momentarily. But the M100 has a lower powered scope. Now the one I'm using here is a 4x zoom scope, whereas the M100 is I believe it's 2 or 2.5 zoom, something along those lines, and it has a really odd scope on it. It's kind of like a high-powered ACOG looking scope, and I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. But the one thing you can do with that is play super aggressive. It doesn't really have the range of the intervention unless you have like super eagle eyes and you can see people across the map, but it's really hard to pick people out at long range. So for me, I prefer the intervention just because I feel like I can thread the needle and be a little bit more of a sniper, rather than the M100 is more of like a battle rifle. So it's a two-shot at any range. I believe there's no drop off on that. But you can pretty much use it like the M14 or like it's kind of like the M21 maybe from some of the Call of Duty games, and I don't know, it's not really a quote sniper rifle. It's more, like I said, a battle rifle, and you're gonna see me pick it up right here, and you can kind of see the difference. If you notice, it has a smaller scope on it, so it's not really the zoom that you get from this thermal 4x scope, but it does do the job if you're looking to be like a semi-aggressive sniper. So for me, I'm an intervention bolt action guy, but if you're more of an aggressive type player, maybe you should try out the M100. But yeah, you definitely want to aim for the head, obviously, because you're not going to get one shots with this if you don't aim for the head. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. I think if they would have made it a one shot from any range on like the belly up, it would have made these way overpowered. Because this game isn't like some first-person shooters where you can get the one shot from like chest up, because the bullets take so much more. You take so many more bullets to kill in this game, whereas like, you know, some of those, like, let me think, Ghost Recon or like Call of Duty, for instance, it takes a lot more bullets to take people out. So in that respect, you're really struggling to kind of balance out the sniper rifles, because the assault rifles do so like much less damage. And I think that's the problem Battlefield had, because Battlefield, you could get a lot of one shots from long range. And I mean, I know there was bullet drop in that game, but snipers were so annoying. And I think Homefront did a good job of keeping the snipers relevant without making them overpowered. So I like that about the snipers. They're fun to use, but they aren't really the best weapons. I mean, it's not really practical. It's not bad on some of the larger maps like Angel Island, or I can't think of the name. Maybe what's the name of that map? Oh, I can't think of it right now, but it's the map that has like the highway overpass, and that one's not bad to snipe on, especially on ground control. So it has its uses on ground control. This is a TDM, which probably isn't the best mode to be playing it in, but alas, that's what I got this gameplay in. But as far as perks go, I always use Quick Draw. It helps you zoom in quicker. It's kind of like Sleight of Hand Pro in that respect. So you got that super quick zoom in speed. And then I combo that with Ghost. And I know you guys, before you start whining, UAV is not really that big of a deal in this game. I just figured that since I'm going to be a little bit more stationary, I might as well have the advantage of that Ghost can provide me. So that's why I use Ghost. And one perk I might suggest, as we got about a minute left here, as you see me fire up my Hellfire missiles, but you might want to try out now. That's a knife perk. Now what that perk does is basically commando. You do a longer lunge with the knife, and I think that's really useful with the more stationary class, because you're relying on the fact that you have to pistol somebody if they get in close, because you really aren't going to have much of a shot on somebody if they run up on you. So what that does is it allows you to use your knife, and you have a lot longer range, and I found that really useful for defending yourself when you got people running up on you. And so that's kind of my strategy when sniping. I know this is kind of an all over the place commentary, but I just wanted to give you guys a look at the snipers, because honestly, it really depends on your style. If you're not a stationary player and you're more aggressive, like with the snipers, you're not going to like using them in this game. That's just the nature of the beast. This isn't a aggressive type shooter game with snipers, but hope you guys enjoyed this. Feel free to give it a like. Let's try to beat my record of 200 likes. I'm still trying to beat that record. So if you liked it, please like it. Yeah, that's redundant, but see you next time. Peace.